England are so shit.
Well, the talent's there, but we're not using the players right because of having Southgate as a coach. Don't get why he brought Luke Shaw on when we needed a goal. I get if we were like winning, to bring a defender on would be a wise decision to see the game out. But when you're losing, you should never bring on a defender. We got overrun in midfield. And what's the problem with Southgate is he has his favourites. He doesn't have the guts to take Maguire off. He doesn't have the guts to take Kane off. He doesn't have the... He doesn't have the guts to change his team enough. He has to go now. He won't be sacked in my opinion, but he's got to go. If England want to have success in like any European tournament, you can't have Southgate as your manager. I thought Walker should have done better for the goal. But I think the whole team was crap tonight. Every time we were passing the ball, we were giving it away most of the time. And every time we got a free kick, it was either hitting the first man or just not troubling Donnarumma at all. It's just not good enough. 5 games without a win. 5 games without a goal in open play. England's worst record since the Roy Hodgson days. It's just simply not good enough. And watching England is just so diabolical nowadays. And half the time I watch England, I feel either bored or depressed. I think with how England are playing at the moment, we'll be lucky to get further than the last 16. Because it's just not... I'm going to go back inside so you can actually see me. It's just not good enough. 1 second, turn the TV off. Because otherwise I'll get fucking copyrighted. The front three was spot on tonight from Southgate, but apart from that, he got absolutely everything wrong. Don't play Reece James and Kyle Walker in the same team, it just doesn't work. I don't know what Sancho's got to do to get into this team. I don't know what Maddison has got to do to get into this team. I don't know what Tomori's got to do to get into this team. I don't know what Chilwell's got to do to get into this team. I don't know what Tony's got to do to get in this team. Because come the World Cup, there needs to be a lot of changes to our squad. It needs to either be Pope or Ramsdale in net, because I don't think Pickford or Henderson should go in goal, because I don't think they're great keepers. And I'm not saying Pickford or Ramsdale are great. I'm just saying that they're better than Henderson and Pickford. But one thing I would say with Ramsdale is he's a mistake waiting to happen, because he thinks he's Edison, because every time he gets on the ball, he tries to be cocky and stuff, which he just isn't as good as Edison on the ball. The lack of creativity tonight was just unbelievable. We need to get Eddie Howe in. A couple of months ago, I would have said Graham Potter, but now because he's gone to Chelsea and England didn't have the brain to actually go and get him when we weren't playing well against the likes of Hungary and Italy in the last international break, and also Germany. And that's another thing England have done wrong. And it's just yet again that I've been proven right about Southgate, and along with the same as like other fans. I've tried to back him as much as possible, but if England want to win something, they've got to get this fraud out of the country. Because I don't think any Premier League club would appoint Gareth Southgate, and that's disgusting that we've got a manager that wouldn't get appointed by any Premier League club managing our national team. And I feel bad for Saka because he didn't have a great game tonight, but it's disgusting how he was brought off for Luke Shaw, because Luke Shaw is a fat bastard and he offers absolutely nothing. He had one good season for United and one good Euros tournament, but his whole career, apart from that, has been inconsistent or he's been injured half the time. And we need a striker with pace. I know Tony isn't the greatest of strikers, but at the moment, he's got to start over Kane. Southgate will never do that. We need a manager that won't have favourites and actually picks his team based on like actual quality and not general like favouritism. Our front three for the World Cup should be Tony, Sterling and Foden, facts. And our midfield should be Rice, Bellingham and Maddison. And then the back four should be Stones, Tomori, James and Chilwell. And obviously I would go with Pope in goal. When you thought England were going to get to take that next step with like England getting to the Euros final and the World Cup semi-final, you were all wrong. Because whenever England win, it's boring. Whenever England draw, it's boring. And whenever England lose, it's boring football. I could take us playing attacking football and getting beat 5-0. But what I won't have is playing defensive football and playing for a draw. Because that's what I thought we tried to do tonight, but it just didn't work out. And every time an English player got the ball tonight, they were either passing it backwards or they were passing it sideways. It's just not good enough. I gave the English team pride and respect over the tournaments like just gone, like the World Cup and the Euros. But now it's time for a change. How Gareth Southgate has been in charge for England for 6 fucking years is a simple bloody disgrace. And I know everyone's going to be like happy clappy and say like, well, he got us to a Euros final and he got us to a World Cup semi-final. No, because even though we got to a World Cup semi-final and the Euros final, did you really enjoy watching England? Because I certainly didn't. Even though we got that far, I didn't enjoy watching us play because we were still playing negative football. And there was only one game in that Euros tournament that was actually convincing, and that was against Ukraine. If we don't get a manager that's actually good soon, we're gonna seriously regret it, because then we would have let all our golden generation of talent go without success because of having a pragmatic, poor, crap, shit manager. And the FA are a bunch of frauds as well. Because even appointing Southgate when he was first appointed, after him not having any like trophies on his like CV beforehand, was a disgrace, and how he's lasted this long in the job is a disgrace as well. It's just not good enough. This England side seriously needs to like change, and the manager needs changing, and we need to get Steve Holland out the door as well. We need to get like good coaching staff in as well, and a good manager, and not have favouritism, and actually play attacking football, and then would actually be a good side. But because we don't have that, that's why we're a shit side at the moment, and most of the top sides in like international football would probably beat us. And most of the teams that we have played out of like top international countries have beat us because we've been like too scared to go for it and too scared to take shots on. That's my review. Like, share, subscribe. Leave me your thoughts in the comments. I would like to see if there's any like people that are still Southgate in, because if they are, I want to know your reasons why, and I want to know why you enjoy him being our manager. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.